Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of A Worthy Addiction. And I want to take a second right now to introduce our host. He's the man who put the ba with the ba in the bang way before Kid Rock, Mr. Toy Addict 17.
Dude, you're getting so much better at this than me. Shit. Well, welcome everybody. I am Toy Addict, and let me introduce to you guys my guest host, the man, the myth, the legend, the reason why these grandmas come home missing their teeth, their dentures at night. So, Mr. Unworthy Collector, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. I have never had a better and more accurate introduction.
Like, dude, I try to think of what the fuck to say about you, just come up with this. And I'm literally sometimes walking introducing, it's all right, what am I gonna say? Let me think of something nice to say. So I was but then you always one up me, what the bod the bait. That shit was fucking awesome.
I have a lot of time on my hands at work driving around, so I jot all these little things down every now and then.
I need to get on that, dude. How are you doing, dude? How are you doing, man?
I had a pretty solid week. I'm relieved that it's Thursday and I'm able to cut loose and hang out and relax a little bit.
Yeah, dude, I'm so happy to be here today. Like I was telling you before we got, I'm in such great spirits today, and yeah, and everybody that's watching, thank you for joining us. And as you notice, me and Unworthy, we got the Mario and Luigi, kind of thing going on, So we didn't plan. We didn't plan this, right?
No, I didn't. And this has nothing to do with that teddy bear that I sent you with the one eye that glows that's on your nightstand. It's
okay,
not a camera. It's not a camera.
It's not a camera. Okay, it's all right. Good. So I could get undressed in front of it and I'll be fine. Good.
Yes, I insist. Yeah. He's not going to tell anybody your secrets.
So, dude, like I said, man, I'm in good spirits. It's been a crazy couple of days, but I'm excited to be here, dude. It's Thursday. Mm-hmm. It's the best day of the week because it's a worthy addiction day.
That's right.
And I'm here with my boy, my Roddy boy. Shout outs to Clintastic and AB Photos. Love those guys as always. Those are our Roddy boys. Shout outs to them. And I don't know, man. Maybe we should say what's up to the chat, man. What you think?
Yeah, is there people in the chat already?
There's plenty of folks here. We got
Let's say hello to them.
Let's say the hello to everyone. So right now we got the collector sector. Coochie Mama, what's good?
Coochie Mama.
What's good, girl? All right, we got my man Raven's Eye. What's up, homie? We got Mr. Bill in the house.
The real Bill with his pants off already.
All right. Maybe I should
say he didn't get his teddy bear yet.
All right. Not yet. We have Mr. Thanos Copter. What's up, homie? All right, here we go. Who else we got here? Anime figure collectors. What's up, homie?
What's up?
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. All right. Wepa. We got Blitz Figs in the house. What's up?
What's up, Benny?
How you doing? All right, here we go. Who else we got? We got my man Dead Man Juan. Hey, check out Dead Man. Toy Mercs Weekly. He runs the Toy Mercs. Awesome guy. I was just on a live with him, plugging the live today. He's an awesome dude. We're gonna get him on one day. And we already plan to have a drinking party or a drinking contest. He's going to win, but that's going to be a very exciting episode. So stay tuned. Tune in for the future episode because that's coming.
Depending on how serious we get about the drinking game, it might be the shortest episode, too, because we might be both under the table. And we'll have to give Deadman our StreamYard credentials so he can run the show.
Seriously. My boy Verde, Green Geek 88. What's up, homie? Green in the house. Green in the house. David Miller, what's up, homie? How you doing? Welcome. Triple D. All right. Who we got? Suck Mine Croc. Man, I love that name. That's a good name. Welcome, man. Welcome. Awesome. All right, who we got? Tripping with Toys. Welcome to the show. All right. We got the homie Skydrill Walker. What's up, homie? All right. Who else we got? We got my man Dave, Midnight Customs. What's up?
Midnight. Good to see you in the chat, brother. Hope everything's going good with you.
Yes, sir. Who we got? Damn, we got a lot of folks. You guys love us. You guys love us this much. Cox Crate, my boy, Toy Talk buddy. All right.
Got Cox in the house.
We got Cox in the house.
And we're not just talking about the host.
No, we're not. So that's everybody in the chat. Well, listen, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for joining us tonight. I hope we can make this show fun for you guys, because we're gonna bring the energy every Thursday. And before I say anything, and before we even go into our guests, if you haven't hit the like and subscribe button, please go do that right now. Show us some love.
Or I will come through the screen and I will break your goddamn fingers. I'm sorry, I won't really do that. As is a joke. But seriously, hit the like and subscribe.
He will do it. He will do it. But like, listen, show us some love, hit the like and subscribe, share us to all your friends. And listen, just kick back with us. You know what I'm saying? This is a kickback show. This is the home for all hobbies, all things we are addicted to that are not, contraband. So please, thank you for joining us. I wanted to shout out one of the homies that's in here. Where is he? Because I know I just saw him in here. I seen Clintastic in here. All right, Jason Smith, what's going on? There he is. Clint's in the house. And then we got JP. Rider Kick, what's up, homie? Yeah, we got a lot of folks tonight. Thank you guys for joining.
Path, what's up, Path? But so, Path, Danny, did you know that in Chinese culture, the number 88 is the most lucky of numbers?
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that until today. I was looking up some funny facts about the number 88.
Really?
Yeah. Ask me if I have a good reason for it. If I have a good reason for looking that up.
Do you have a good reason for that?
I have a great reason, because our guest happens to be none other than the host of Toy Tingz himself, Mr. 88 Figs. Let's bring him in and say hello.
Yo.
What's going on?
What's up, y'all?
What's going on, buddy? How are you doing, dude?
I'm good, man. Just got off work, ate some Alfredo, and now I'm drinking a voodoo beer, hanging out with y'all.
There you go.
Good.
And dude, you're like you have like so much talent, dude. Like, you do a lot of stuff.
Thanks, man.
Like and then this is a good segue, because into, we want you to we don't like to always assume that everyone in the chat knows our guests. I mean, it'd be crazy not to know you, but we always ask our guests to kind of just introduce yourselves. Yeah.
Anybody that doesn't know 88 is pretty lame, I think.
Seriously. So if you guys don't, one thing I will ask before we get into anything, man, is just tell us a little bit about yourself. Reintroduce yourself to us. So I'm gonna pretend like I don't even know you. Tell us about yourself. Tell us what got you into toy photography and all the amazing things you do, because dude, you're like the MacGyver of like fucking the toy community. You do it all. So tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
Well, I think my skill set's multifaceted, because I'm like semi-decent at everything. So I learned a bunch of stuff to make it seem like I'm good at these things. But no, I go by 88 Figs, Aussie. You can call me Mark if you're nasty.
Hello.
Ooh, Mark.
Yeah,
wow.
just for the show, guys. Just for the show.
All right.
Name
We
reveal. But no, like a lot of other people, I started back in toy collecting and toy photography during the quarantine. So on lockdown, binge watched all the MCU movies again up until whatever movie we were at that point. Oh, what up, Dead Man? David, what's up?
Yeah, you're getting everybody shouting out.
I know. I'm getting sidetracked. And then I realized and thought about it that I hadn't owned any action figures at all since I was I don't know, 8-10 years old. So I was like, all right, let me research and see what action figures look like now. And I typed in Iron Man action figure on Amazon, and the first thing that popped up was I think it was a 10-year anniversary figure. So the Iron Man with the flaps and the silver silver shins. I was like, dude, this looks badass. Looked up a review video on YouTube to see if people are reviewing it. Shartimus Prime popped up, and I was like, oh, there's a community behind this or whatever, you know, because he's however many followers and stuff like that. So I ordered the figure, $20, came, and there you go. My credit card since then is just been weeping.
It's just
got that battered spouse attitude in your wallet like, every time.
That
flinches every time you open it.
That one meme where it's like the dude standing in like torn up boxers, and it's like instead of buying new boxers, just buying new toys. I mean,
that's me naturally. I don't have to buy toys. That's just me naturally with just a shredded fucking boxers. Like, you don't understand how many boxes. I mean, I don't want to get into that, but like I know exactly what you're talking about.
The next time you're in Ross or Ollie's, or depending on what they got a boxer section there too. So while you're hunting, go grab a nice.
Why?
They're pretty nice.
Yeah, you got.
They're pretty nice at Ollie's too. They come with they come pre-skid marked. So
right.
Takes all the pressure off you.
But yeah, before quarantine and all that, I was doing music and I was doing photography and videos and stuff like that. Like just shooting bands, shooting. I don't even know if they got big or not, but like IG models and stuff like that. Models, right? So photography was already kind of like built in the system there. And being bored at home, decided to like shoot an action figure, and I was like, this is dope. And then posted it on my IG, and like half of my friends were like, what the fuck is this? Or shit, can I swear? I don't.
Oh yeah, you swear all you fucking want.
You swear all you fucking want.
And
we're not monetized. I don't give a shit. Say whatever the fuck you want to say.
There you go.
Nice. Yeah.
Well said, Unworthy.
And there you go. And then the other half were like, hey, that's dope, Iron Man, blah blah. And so I did a couple bought more figures, did more, and then it was the late great Tuscan Raiders that messaged me and was like, hey, there's a whole community here. I'm in a couple group chats, blah blah. Like, if you're into it, I'll introduce you. You seem cool. And the rest is history. Now, no fucking story. Yeah, no chew. But yeah, so now we're here. Now it's like a full-fledged like hobby /
after many depths and many empty bank accounts, you're here. Broken boxers shorts, we are here.
Right.
So dude, like besides like the toy photography, like, because I'm telling you, you're talented as hell. Like like what is your like, and I think I've had this conversation before, maybe I haven't, but like what is like your style? Like how do you do, like, do you do Photoshop? Like, or do you do, when you're doing a shot, do you like use Photoshop? Like, what do you use as far as like editing?
Yeah, so I do Photoshop for about 88% of my photos.
Okay.
And it's mainly like if I want to like photo stack, if I want certain things to be in focus with each other, because obviously, you're like focusing on the main subject, but you're like, oh no, the thing in the background's blurred out, blah blah. So stuff like that. And then that's on the desktop, and then on my phone I have Photoshop Express, and that's where I'll just like kind of go in and like add grain to make it look like a magazine. Mess with the vibrance if it's not as like popping as I want to, just like little stuff like that. So I would say it's a good like half and half of like my photos being filtered and stuff like that.
Okay.
And, recently I started getting into like posting like the raw once you slide it from the post, like you'll see the raw unedited photo. So
yeah, I love raw. I definitely love raw. But so besides toy photography, I know you've been
wrestling.
Are we still talking about photography? Or are we talking about you like it raw? We know you like it raw. You got 19 fucking kids.
Ooh, baby, I like it raw.
Hey, 20. I just haven't found that one yet. So besides the toy photography, again, this is a Worthy Addiction. It's a show based on not just toy photography, but all types of hobbies and everything that you do. But just staying within the toy photography. I know you've been doing a lot of the AI stuff. I know you like created a new page. You've been dabbling into the AI. Like what was that? What was the like what made you want to start that? Is that something that you just saw people doing and you were like, oh, I'm gonna try this out? Or is it something that you've always wanted to do? Like how did that come about?
I blame the IG algorithm and ads. So as you're flipping through the stories, those AI filter apps will like pop up, and it usually shows like a huge titted Asian girl, right? And you're just like, okay.
Yeah,
I like
usually.
those. I don't get those.
So,
I always get big titted guys.
so one day I was laying in bed, I was stoned, and I was like, yeah, let me try one of these apps, and fell down the rabbit hole, and I was like, this makes it my photos look way better than than they are.
Well, I've seen a lot of like photos. I've seen a lot of folks doing that. I think you're the first person that I actually seen doing the AI with your toy photography. You're the first person that's been that, from what I know. I don't know who started it, but from me, you're the first one.
Right.
And like they and that's kind of the great thing about this like community as a whole, right? It's just bringing something fresh and something different into the community, right? Like thinking outside the box, because even before you were doing the AI, you were doing like these comic panels,
right?
And like kind of comic book style type photos where you had like a story going and you had like the words going. So that was pretty cool. So again, it's awesome to see like you know, people just thinking outside the box, right? I haven't even got in there yet because I'm still used to like the portrait shots, and that's where I'll stay. I won't dabble into anything else. But like,
well, don't you know?
I mean, I'm just now getting a grip on how to Photoshop, so I don't. It's going to be years. AI is not even going to be cool anymore by the time I figure out how to do it.
They're gonna have like a new software. Like AI is gonna be like the old stuff.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff is just trial and error, even with like Photoshop, you know.
Yeah,
just like looking up on YouTube like how to do this and then like trying it yourself. But it always does stem from like entertaining myself, you know. Got kind of bored with so I kind of took a break from the comic comic strips and just like went into like doing AI and like shooting action figures that I'm like picking up and enjoy. I'll go back into the comic eventually, but it definitely
no, go ahead.
It definitely helped me for the AI portion, like dig into the old stuff, the old photos from like, I don't know, since I started 2020, that like no one's obviously seen because no one's gonna scroll down your page that far, right? You know. And I'm just like, man, these photos look like shit. And so you run it through the AI and it looks dope. So I'm like, all right, cool. Let me like find a way to recycle it and then, you know, kind of dive into that. I feel like I've seen people like dabbling with it. Like they'll post their toy photo and then the next slide is like the AI version. But I think the only other toy account that's doing it too is oh man, he posts a lot of G.I. Joe stuff. Let's fucking go. That's his quote. I'm blanking on his name right now. He's in the chat.
It's a go figure go.
No. Oh god. He's gonna.
That's the only go I know,
dude. He wears like. He takes a lot of G.I. Joe shots.
Whoever you are, say I. Whoever you are, they're talking about. Say I in the comments.
Oh my god, why am I blinking out right now? I'm so sorry.
Skydro.
All
right.
Sorry, Skydro. Thank you, Skydro. There you go. I love it.
We got a couple Skydros here.
Right. There you go. Skydro's like, fuck this guy. I am unsubscribing. Thanks a lot, 88. You'll cost us a subscriber.
Dude, I love Skydro. Skydro in his when he wears his little robe.
There you go.
Chilling, vaping.
So okay. So again, back to so other than toy photography, again, Worthy Addiction is about all types of hobbies. And then you're like a master of like all type, like you're involved in like other stuff too. So one of the things I wanted to talk about is the band. You're part of a band, right? So tell us a little bit about this band. What instrument do you play? Are you, how long have you been on this band? What kind of music do you guys play? And, plug a couple of stuff. Here we go.
Yeah. So I'm playing guitar for this band. It's called Conferro and the New Creatures. Okay. I do cross promote a lot on my IG page. So sorry if that's annoying, but we do what we got to do on social media, right? I kind of look at social media as like my online resume.
Okay.
And it has helped in the past get me gigs and other like side jobs, freelance jobs and stuff. So with this band, I started it with my brother. I want to say we set it up like around like 2016. We're doing a bunch of shows and then COVID hit and then we were like shit. So we took like a major break from it and band members moved away. all that stuff. We had like a trunk full of CDs and merch ready to go for 2020. So now that like stuff is kind of like settled and opening up again, we got a new lineup, and we kind of just started teaching the band all these pre-recorded songs that we had, that me and my brother had produced. So now we want a live band.
Okay.
Just because as much as I love hip hop and stuff, it is kind of like washed out now. Everything's hip hop now, So
yeah,
I think
country music is hip hop now. It's fucking annoying.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I love it, but
okay.
Again, keeping it fresh and familiar, right? That's like the mantra, fresh but familiar. So the live band portion, like who doesn't love a live band, right? So we're definitely trying to mesh this like hip hop and kind of like pop alternative punk sound together. But before that, like I've been playing guitar since I was like 13.
Wow.
And like
13 years.
Yeah. So in like plenty of bands. I don't know. I've been in a lot of bands.
Who were like, what was your music growing up? Like, what was the music you were listening to growing up?
My dad raised me and my brothers on Led Zeppelin, Rush. He was probably a stoner. He doesn't admit it, but he was definitely a stoner. And then my mom, core metal. By the way, Suck My Crock is definitely the best SN right now.
Yes. That gets an A+ by me.
Yeah, the award goes to. And then my mom was bringing in like Toni Braxton, Mariah Carey,
okay,
Boys to Men. So there was always that like perfect like balance of like psychedelic and then pop, right? But growing up, Blink-182 was definitely a big influence. And then it evolved into like Norma Jean and like Mars Volta, and then started digging more into like when I grew up in Seattle, it was starting to dig more into like the local scene. So like Blood Brothers, minus the Bear, just like chaotic stuff and like different stuff. But yeah, was that the question?
No, it was actually. I was letting you talk. So yeah, so we like, I know you had sent me. I was looking it up now. You had sent me something. It was like one of the songs that I believe you were trying to like promote, right? It was like elaborate. Like, tell me a little bit about that right there.
So this is the song's called Cross with a K.
Okay.
It was like, because me and my brother have like songs demoed out and hard drives and stuff like that, and this was definitely just something that
love it.
So this was a sound that we would want to recreate and hear it live, and it just like vibed well once we like started teaching it to the keyboardist and the bassist and the drummer. And so we're like, all right, cool, let's put this out as a single, even though the single version online right now on Spotify and stuff is like the produced version. I kind of want. Have you guys ever heard of the band NERD? Pharrell Williams.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
NERD was definitely a big influence in my brother saying we need to mix rock with hip hop. Like, look, this band did it, right? So, and the one thing I enjoyed about NERD is if you could play in a 200s band, who would it be with?
Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to those questions.
I think he meant 2000s.
Yeah.
We'll get them.
Okay, but yeah, NERD. What I enjoyed about that band once I became a fan of them was that the albums were very produced, like using music programs and everything like that.
Yeah.
But then all the live footage was like full on live band, and like the songs were there, but everything added on top just made it like a whole new experience. And so I was definitely like, hey, we need to do something like that, right? Let's have these like hip hoppy sounding songs so people can listen to it on their earphones and the speakers, but live, if they come see us, that it's like a totally different experience. So
and now how many songs do you guys have like total right now as a band? How many like can you like how many albums do you guys have? You guys done any albums? Like, if so, how many albums do you guys have?
We put out For this specific project, we put out one EP, and then a bunch of singles. And then the band itself, since we just started rehearsing with the full lineup like a month and a half ago or so, that we have like 2.5 songs like memorized like down. Only because it's like, it's rough. Everyone's working. The drummer is like out in Long Beach, so we just have to like kind of coordinate like when we can legitly meet up. But I've sent them all the like tabs and song stems, so they can kind of like learn and practice homework while they're home. So by the time we get together, it's more so just like, all right, what parts do you have memorized, and then we just kind of like blend it together.
That's awesome, man. And so like where like are we able to find these songs on Spotify? Are these songs on Spotify? Or and how we like are your links all in your page and stuff, or in the band's page, right? Correct?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
If we wanted to get access to them, okay.
Yeah, totally. Link in bio status.
Okay.
You can click on it, and then there's definitely a lot of it's half and half, right? So we have like the kind of more aggressive songs, and then you have the songs that like you can tell we wrote for the ladies.
Okay.
Right. So just as a, I don't know, a fair warning, I don't know. But it's always been like, all right, well, my brother usually writes the songs, and then he comes to me with the melodies and stuff, and then I'll find the chord progression, the texture, kind of like collab in that instance of just like, hey, you should like kind of yell this part, or you should kind of like whisper this part, so we'll definitely like just kind of like going with whatever, it has to be fun, just like toy photography. It has to be fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
It has to feel new to you, without really steering too far to the left or right, So
now here's a very important question, and this is a question I want you to answer for me and Unworthy. If you could make a song, what would be a song theme type, like a theme, or what I'm saying, what would be the title of me and Unworthy's theme song? Separate or together? Like if you were to come up with a song, a title of a song with me and Unworthy, it could be a separate or it could be us together. What would be the name of the song? It's a serious question.
Yeah. Well, I will say, first of all, your guys' intro music is fucking awesome. I felt like I was at a WWE show or something. You guys were like the tag team walking down. I was like, oh.
What tag team would we be? Would we be like the Basham Brothers, or like
I think we'd be like the Rock and Sock Connection, because
we'll go with,
you don't gotta guess which one is
I'll say you guys would be like the Super Smash Bros, since we got like the Mario theme going on here.
There you go. Yeah, right. Without the mushrooms.
Yeah.
Right. So what would be,
maybe the song title would be called like Addiction or something, and it would I'm definitely getting like metalcore, new metal vibes if I were to like try and soundtrack your guys' adventure.
Well, listen, anybody in the chat, if you could come up with some good titles for a theme song for me and Unworthy, please.
I like Deadman. I like Deadman's Separate or Together.
Separate or together.
Spirit Squad. I like that. Super Fake Brothers. Odd Squad. Oh, okay.
Nice.
All right, Bill, settle down.
Yeah, right, Bill. That was enough. All right. So listen, besides like, dude, like I'm looking, like I was trying to like type up all the stuff that I know you do. And I was like, what the fuck? This guy does so much stuff. Like next thing you know, he's gonna tell me he's like a gigolo on the low. Like he's like a male escort on the low or some shit like that. Right. We don't say that. We don't talk about that.
On, so dude, I told you in the pre-show.
We draw the line at prostitution.
So one of the things that I also wanted to touch on is tell us a little bit about Flavored Trash. This is like a clothing line, and I know you've graciously blessed a couple of the fellas in the community with some nice t-shirts. Like, how did that come about? How did the name come about? And like, how did that all start, man? Because that's awesome.
Thank you. So Flavored Trash without the vowels, so FLVRD TRSH, if I can spell. Thunderpants. Nice. That's a good name. Thunderpants. Hey, okay.
Boy Tingz.
Flavor Trash started as like kind of a multimedia company between me and my brother and a couple of friends. But those friends kind of moved away, so it's down to me and my brother. And that was basically an offset, like freelance thing we offered to artists when we were like more in the music scene, right? Of like, hey, promotional photography, music video shoots, designing merch, logos, just like general promotion for other people besides us, like,
yeah.
And then it kind of like turned into a clothing thing because of my recent job opportunity, I guess. So I work at a print shop, and I was like, hey, we know artists, we can do art ourselves, we could start making merch, and start like handing it out to people just to like get the name out there, and start selling and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a mix. It's definitely still a work in progress. It's definitely took a back seat now that like we're getting back and trying to like play live shows again. But it is like one of those, like another noodles on the wall, kind of bit, like see what sticks.
See if it sticks.
Yeah, see if it sticks or not. So it's been cool. It's been fun.
Now, who comes up with the designs? Like, do you guys like come up with the designs together, or is that something like you could just like throw an idea as like, hey, I want to like stick on a wall on a shirt?
I gotta say, this is the coolest fucking shirt,
dude. Thank you, man.
I really like that one.
I don't know if I told you guys, but that is I literally traced in Photoshop a toy photo that I took of Zora.
No shit.
Zora Bliss.
Really?
Oh,
okay. I'm gonna have to like dig way in my feed, but like,
all right. Who's Zora Bliss? Who's that? Because
she's Star Wars.
Yeah, she's from the
Solo Story, I think.
Or is it Solo? Yeah,
it might be Solo.
Yeah, I'm
it's one of the offshoot, or like
right.
the Soul, not Solo exactly, but like one of the offshoot movies.
Yeah. So
this is a nice shirt. I like shirts like this, like real. Like I like the other one, but sometimes I like just shirts that are like just have
the more simple
on it. Yeah, they're like this for this time of weather. It's getting warm out.
So
go ahead.
Oh, okay. Backstory to that design, that T-shirt.
Okay.
I worked at one of many odd jobs. I was working at a kiosk, like making sticker decals for people.
Okay.
And the kiosk was right in front of Forever 21. So you'd have these girls like setting up the mannequins and like, like basically playground flirting. Like they'd act like they treated me like shit and all this stuff like that. But they're following the page, they're looking at my stories, so it's just like, okay, like get over yourself. But I start to break the ice. I'd find their IG, because that's like, whatever, I'm fucking weird like that, right? And I would trace because my computer screen was like facing them, so my back was to the entrance, and I would like blow up their face and I would trace them in this program and make them all cartoony looking. And that like slowly started like can you trace me next? Can you trace me next?
Damn.
Can you trace me next?
Trace me like one of your French.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, yeah, fuck you, hoes. And then and that turned into a side business too. I was like, oh yeah, $20. And they literally come and like bring me $20. I was like, yeah, I got you. And so yeah, basically 5 of the coolest, chillest girls of Forever 21 I put as like flavored trash. So obviously they were stoked. Wherever they are now, I'm married now, so all girls are cut off. But
I'm not.
But so yeah, that's the story behind that. Those are 5
awesome
random girls wherever they are in the world now. I don't know where they are.
Now I know you guys. You mentioned you kind of put this kind of like on a shelf for now because you guys are doing live shows, right? That's what you said.
Yeah.
So now, like, is it something that you guys are trying to revisit, like with new designs, or like,
yeah,
okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so definitely like our song bank, like we have like, I don't know, like 50 songs like stored in a hard drive that we're slowly like rolling out to the band. My brother has like a bunch of designs, just chilling in his like notebooks or his phone and stuff like that. I've got designs that's like just like right here in one of my many folders on my desktop. So it will be, I think the plan right now is once there's a little more hype and we're a little more established in the music scene, our merch table for the band will half of it will be Flavored Trash designs.
Nice.
So we'll just kind of like, oh, if you don't want a band tee, but you still want to support, you can grab this Star Wars looking, t-shirt,
No, absolutely. And are these shirts, like, although we're not doing them now, they are still available, correct? Like if you wanted to go purchase them. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. I think oh shit. Thanks for reminding me, dude. I have to update the I have to update the .com register or whatever, the yearly register. Oh,
okay.
Fuck. God damn it. So yes, they will be available once I pay for that.
Okay, all right, good. Because I was looking at some of them and I was like, damn, I kind of want one, especially that one with the hold on. Exactly. Dots tracing holes on the spot.
Right. It's flipping the negative, man. It's flipping the negative.
There you go. Definitely want that thought shirt. I want that one.
Yeah. Maybe you could trace Danny and I and add us to the thought rotation.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Right. For real. Dude, like, wow, man. Like I wish like I had because even like when I look at all the stuff that you do, right? And this is like the beautiful thing about like this is the reason why me and Unworthy came up with this show, because we know that there's so many people out there that we know them from toy photography, but they do so much more, and we want to showcase all that other stuff that they do, right? Like because sometimes we get so caught up with like the toys, but like you got so much other great stuff that you're doing that it kind of just gets put back in the back burner, if you know what I'm saying. So and then not one of the last things that I saw here that I actually put down was your you have your podcast, the Toy Tingz. So like what, and I know you did a video once just kind of explaining like, but like if you can just let us know like what made you want to start a show, and like what was the inspiration for the show? Because for us, our inspiration was the community as a whole, right?
Right.
Me and Unworthy.
And we were already like getting on live or not live, like video calls with each other for like 2 hours at a clip. So it's like, we might as well just put this on YouTube.
Seriously, like
without
streaming it. Sometimes me and Unworthy and like AB and Clint, we would do like these video calls, and we would like just talk some rant. We would be drinking, talking hella shit, and we were like, this should be a show.
This should be a show.
Like we should be
on hour and a half in. Clint's just sitting there like,
I
need Advil.
Right. Well, it's crazy because like podcasts was never like, you'd hear about NPR and like other podcasts and stuff. I was like, I don't get it. I'm going to listen to my metal music. I don't care. But now that I'm like, I guess older, or, I have like a specific like stuff I want to listen to, it is like nice to just like listen to people talk and like laugh along, even though you're not in the same room as them. You feel like you're hanging out, with dudes or girls or whatever, right?
Yeah, it's like we're at the bar.
Yeah, just chilling. And I definitely think like COVID definitely like made that more of a solidified thing, right? Because we had no choice but to like communicate with each other online. But the show itself, Toy Tingz, was it was like my stab at like seeing all these other blitz. It was my stab at like seeing all these other shows, all these other toy shows going on. And again, like another like outlet, another like venture, right? So because I do video editing too for like for music videos and stuff like that. I say these words, but none of my stuff is on MTV or like, just to let you guys know, like it's all like indie, like underground.
I was like looking for that shit. Now I was like, where?
Yeah. No, that's the goal. Obviously, that's the goal. But until like, the only way to be, what's the quote? There's some quote from this documentary my lady was making me watch. It's like, is it really art if no one's seen it? So it's like if you're keeping your skills and creations like to yourself, like are you really even an artist? Like you have to put stuff out, you have to like exhaust your skills before you like go 6 feet under, right?
Yeah.
So it is
I
one
can
of those.
answer that. I could answer that question. No, I guess I'm not an artist.
No, dude, come on.
I keep it to myself.
There's
He's talking about his interpretive dance. He hasn't started. Soon, coming soon.
That's the other part. It's like you don't know which one of your, even like just being funny and like completely 100% real, right? You don't know which one of those skills will like pop off for you.
Yeah,
because like the goal is to do something you enjoy doing for 24 hours, 8 hours, and get paid, and then you're not working.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So what did Blitz say? Ozzy can add motivational speaker to his resume.
This guy could do it all. I'm telling you.
Y'all just cut me off, whatever, man. Like, just cut me off.
We should dude, keep going. This is what it is, man. And like, I was gonna actually, when Unworthy introduced you, I was actually gonna like tell him like on the side to be like, hey, introduce him as the penny dropper. Because this guy right here, look at him. He's fucking.
My girl's gonna give me like the major side eye.
Hey, Mrs. 88, we're sorry. We're just joking. We're sorry.
No, she's downstairs right now. She's watching her Vanderpump. If you guys know what that is.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
That and fucking 90 Day Fiance. It's constantly on rotation here in my living room. If it's not that, it's fucking Bluey and Peppa Pigs and like there's no time. There's no wonder I haven't caught up on fucking Teen Titans and all that shit.
The advice I give to any male that's not into any of these Bravo shows or whatever is like, you might as well learn the character names and get into the drama, because your relationship with your partner will just be way better. Like, I don't know. That's how I feel.
Mikey says, damn it, it's making me rethink the whole staying at 666 on IG. Don't really share my art. Never. It takes it. Hey, man, listen.
He's got himself blocked off so he can't get any more followers because he's got 666. You don't want no more.
He's definitely a hustler. Yes, he is.
Positive hustling. Positive. I like to think I'm not stepping on anyone's necks. At least I'm trying not to.
You ever get high off positivity? Let me introduce you to my man 88.
88 figs. Yep.
You ever seen positivity on weed?
I need to try that. So, dude, so what? I don't know if you elaborated on this, but like, what were there any inspirations for you wanting to, like, was there anybody that inspired you to want to start like your own show or anything like that?
Right.
If so, who, and then why, and then
so definitely the group chat.
Okay.
And you guys know we're all in the same group chats. Just watching the progress and the collaboration and just like the keeping in touch with the community, right? Because it's a brand new thing. Well, I mean, it's been around, but it's still a niche. So having that connection with people and like just feeling like you're not the only dweeb, I guess, for lack of a better, because at work, man, like people are like, oh yeah, Marvel and action figures, that's cool, man. Like,
I know what you're saying, because I can't bring up my IG or my YouTube. I can't bring that shit up at work. Family reunions, get-togethers with my friends. I can't bring up that shit with none of those guys.
Well, I must be blessed because Bill's in the chat. I talk to Bill and I show Bill's all my photos, so he's like my #1 fan. So anytime I I won't show anybody else, but he'll be the only one. Like when we were talking about when we talk about the Unworthy Addiction show, he's like telling, like I was talking to another coworker of mine about it because he's a gamer. I was like, dude, we would love to have you on. And like I saw Bill walking. I was like, Bill, tell him about the show. Tell him about it. He's like, it's fucking awesome, man. I love the show, man. I'm like, yeah, feel famous. So
when you guys were talking about it initially in the chats, I was like, yes, as much as I love all the other like toy shows, it is nice to have like that kind of like kickback. We don't just have to talk about toys, type stuff. So it is.
Although if you watched last week's episode, that's all Clint and I could think of. We were talking about toys the whole time.
Which is fine too. So yeah, definitely you guys motivated me. Everyone in the chat, the Toy Father, Toy Daddies, Blitz, Green, You guys know who you are. I don't want to like
What's
leave names out.
What's that one guy? He was in the chat. There's the one guy in here earlier. It's like something about chewing or something like that. He's pretty cool too.
Yeah, this guy.
I like that
dope.
guy. I like that guy.
Hell yeah. But also and then on the flip side, to keep that like video editing skill intact, right? Because I haven't done any like music videos for anyone in a while, but the programs are here. I have the I have the bandwidth, so let me just kind of like tie it together. So
he says, I told him to even the Bill.
Well, here's the thing you should know, Bill. You can't see from my from down. I'm not wearing I'm not even wearing underwear. I'm wearing socks though. My feet were a little cold.
I feel like uncomfortable right now.
Why do you think I keep putting my cold beer down?
I wouldn't keep it past you too that you keep your socks on during the deeds.
Oh,
if
dude,
you're that tight.
dude,
oh yeah. I mean, you got to have some grip. I got the hospital socks. Got the little rubbers on the bottom, like the grippies, so you don't fall down.
Crocs.
They dig right into the sheets. And get a lot more thrust out of it.
Some fucking soccer cleats.
Dude, I'm already planning. Like, I don't know how the hell we even got into this conversation. We're talking about the podcast, but like that's the great thing about Unworthy Addiction, right? We could just talk about anything, just get off subject. But like, speaking of that, like I'm already like planning. I wanted a surprise, but I'm already planning on like modeling one of Unworthy's yoga pants with a logo on the ass on a show one day. So stay tuned to that.
That's dedication, because those yoga pants are expensive.
$50, hey,
just to have my name on your booty cheek. That's it.
I have Kevin on my ass.
That should be the merch line, man. The merch line for Unworthy Addiction should be panties, booty shorts, yoga pants.
No pants.
Oh man, dude. But again, dude, like you do so much, and like you're so talented, and like, dude, you're like an inspiration to a lot of us also, man, because again, that's like one of the reasons why, I mean, not just conversations like us having like, just video chats, but like also too, like I've always wanted to do something like to do more. And now everything is accessible now, where you could just do like videos, right? Like you can do all this StreamYard and you go all these things and like all these videos. I mean, I get every time I like want to do like a promotional video, Unworthy like tops, like it's really hard to top the ones he does. So I've had conversations. So anytime he puts a video, I'm like, fuck, how the fuck am I gonna top? So I just put a photo. Like that's gonna be my way of like promoting this show, because
that's not a bad problem to have.
No, it's not. No, it's
like,
not.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. And again, that's that comes from like a lot of like, inspiration also, like from a lot of folks that do this stuff, and this is what, our 4th episode in. And I think we're growing we're growing as we go. And again, you're one of those inspirations, man, because I'm telling you, like you bring so much like good vibes, and you have so many skills, and you're like a master of like all traits. And like I'm like surprised you're not telling me like you're a fucking gigolo or a fucking like another pool guy or some shit.
Well, he's not allowed to tell you that right now.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough. See, I'm trying to get it out of you, goddamn it.
We'll have him back on once we get to Patreon, so that's like
maybe we could talk about it after the show. Maybe I want to know after, right?
Yeah, when the feds aren't watching.
When the feds ain't watching, right? Well, honestly, this is actually a good segue for our roundtable question. So to kind of like, let's get that round table question coming from an anonymous person. Now, if anybody would love to send a question for the round table, feel free to. All you have to do is email us at Unworthy
Unworthyaddiction@gmail.com. It's on the ticker down there in the bottom.
Unworthyaddiction@gmail.com. So if anybody in the chat would love to send us a roundtable question, it could be a question about anything. It could be, it could pertain to any subject. We will showcase it on the show and we will talk about it. So feel free, and please be silly. Please, it's right on the bottom, right here. Right here on the bottom.
Am I doing it right? Am I even on the bottom, or do we like each see the thing?
No, you're on the bottom. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, you're on the bottom, baby.
On the bottom, bitch.
You're the bottom, bitch.
You're that big breadwinner.
What's up, Sid Vicious? How you doing, buddy? All right.
All right. So our question this week, our anonymous question: what was your significant other's reaction when he or she found out that you collected toys?
It's a good question.
I honestly think that was the deal sealer for her.
Really?
Yeah, because it was because she, like, a couple months into us dating, she sent me that meme that was going around of a girl saying, like, tell me your boyfriend wouldn't cheat on you without telling me your boyfriend wouldn't cheat on
know
you.
which one, yeah.
And then it cut to a dude like playing with a full-on like Lego Star Wars set, like, and like making noises and everything. And then he like it was probably acted, but I thought that was hilarious. And you know, at whenever because I used to live like an hour away from her before she thought it was other toys. So we'd only be able to meet up like every other weekend when we first started dating. And every time she came to the room I was renting, there was another new action figure. So it started with Iron Man, then Captain America showed up, and then, you know, so she was like, okay, so there's something here, you know?
Yeah,
like,
right.
And then 4 years into it, she's like, all right, so what's up? Marriage? Are we doing marriage? Are we doing kids? What are we doing? And I was like, marriage, we'll talk about kids later, but marriage for sure.
Listen, don't rush into the kids thing. Holy shit.
Yeah,
don't
no,
rush into that.
Rush into the
right
kid
in.
thing. Go ahead.
Don't listen to him. He's gonna tell you to do it 19 fucking times. Don't listen to him.
Be fruitful. Be fruitful. Just flavor trash everywhere. Flavor trash everywhere.
Well, she's a second grade teacher, so she's good on kids.
Oh, nice. Now, everybody in the chat, if you want to put your, like, you know, let us know what was your significant others, whether it's a he or she, we're okay with that. Here, you let us know. And what was their reactions? Unworthy, what was your wife's reaction when she found out you were collecting toys?
You know, I don't think there really wasn't much of a reaction, because when, you know, we got together, we each had our own place, and like she, you know, we'd visit, you know, come to each other's house, and like she already had seen, like, I was collecting before I met her. Mm-hmm. So there was no real reaction. Like, she would come in and she would see, you know, my shelf. This was before I had, at the time, I only had one kid. And my daughter, she didn't care about my toys, so she wasn't fucking with them all the time. So like, I could actually have a shelf that had them all displayed. You know, I had primarily Thor figures and like some wrestling figures here and there, some old Star Wars figures. Like, it didn't bother her at all. I don't even think she really ever paid it attention. Then when we got together, we moved in together. You know, I didn't stop collecting. It wasn't really until I started doing the photography part that she really had anything to say about it. Like, she'd see me open them and put them on the shelf, and because that's where they'd stay. It was when I sat down and started doing pictures. I remember actually the first picture that I got featured on the pic bar was the picture of Ares fighting the Power Rangers, and she came home from work, and I was in the kitchen. And I had them all out on the table, and I was trying to set them around because I was trying to do like a stop motion thing, and which did not work out, by the way. But she like walked in and she was like, "So are you playing with your toys now? Like, 'cause I've never seen you take them off the shelf once they go on the shelf." I was like, "No, I'm not playing with them. There's a bunch of people on Instagram that do photography. Like,
I'm not playing with them.
Like,
playing with me.
I'm gonna do the photography thing too. I think it's pretty cool." But then she was super supportive of that too. So
that's awesome.
Like, there was no negativity. She did look at me a little sideways when I started doing the photography, but other than that, there was really no reaction out of her.
That's awesome, man. See, I wasn't the I started collecting figures and stuff when I was already married. See, when my ex-wife actually found out that I was collecting comics. So one time I came over her house, and like one of my graphic novels, I remember it was the Batman RIP by Tony Daniels and Grant Morrison. It felt right off the bat, right?
Good book.
And yeah, great book. And it had the plastic on. So I was like trying to pick it up quick because I was like, oh shit, like she's gonna think I'm a fucking loser or something. So she's like, what is this? You read Batman? I was like, yeah, I'm into comics and stuff. She was like, I really like the artwork. So I was like, okay. So then like later on, I started like buying toys, and like it became like, oh, okay. But then when she started seeing like, because at the time I was a inbox collector. So, those inbox collectors, shit just starts piling up. Like you really can't like store them in like bins or anything. So she was like, dude, we got to fucking do something about this. Like we got a lot of fucking kids. So I had to kind of like, but there's a trick. There's a trick to this. So what I started doing was I started buying her stuff. When I wanted to buy a figure, I would go to the store and buy her something. So I would buy her the little Pandora gems or shoes. So when I would walk in, with a fucking toy, I'd be like, I got you something first.
Of course.
And it worked. And it worked out. So here I am, not married.
But listen, the toy stuff has nothing to do with not married.
Nothing.
Stuff, I'm sure.
Completely. It had nothing to do with it.
Completely separate.
It's a separate thing. So please, let's check some of the chat. Some of the guys that Raven says not good. She still thinks is a waste. Hey, dude, you know what?
Divorce her. You don't need that kind of negativity.
Don't say it.
All right, hey,
I'm just kidding.
I gotta go check on something real quick while you guys do this, okay?
Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead. And then Blitz, he says, I started collecting. After I got married, so she was stuck with me. Hey, good. There you go.
Yeah, it's toy collecting's cheaper than divorce. By the way, that goes back to Raven's Eye too.
Cox Gray said I had a ton of pops when I met a lady, and she thought it was strange at first. Hey, listen, they all think it's. Suck My Croc says I have no significant other. I guess my closet companion is my dog. She kept me alive and center in the darkest times. Cracked me up. That's awesome, man. That's a beautiful touching thing, man. That's awesome, man. Mike is that kids are cool. It's a teenagers that become really expensive and assholes. Absolutely, Mikey. You are absolutely right. You preach, brother. Sid Vicious says, fortunately, she's really cool about it. That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
that's awesome when you can find a significant other but again, I feel like every man deserves to have something, right? Like some people some men like fishing, some men like going,
Bowling.
going. We're just the guys that like to
some guys like toys. Cocaine. I mean, toys are cheaper than cocaine, but
right.
And actually that goes back to like what Cox was saying too. Like, every time he's started to think about not doing pictures, his wife re-encourages him. And like my wife is the same way. Like, I'm like, I'm not going to do any pictures this week. She's like, well, don't you want to post every day though? And I'm like, yeah, but I'm fucking tired. And she's like, yeah, but you do really good at it. She's like very encouraging.
Wow. See, now I wish I would have did cocaine. Maybe I've still been married.
I was talking about. I wasn't talking about cocaine. I was talking, or was I?
I'm just. Oh, was we? All right. Cal says she didn't believe me until I showed her the collection. She was okay with it because it. Oh, nice. Okay. See, yeah, that's another thing too. Some ladies collect bags. They collect candles. My Blu-ray collection has slowed a bit since she started dating. Plus, kid doesn't help except for Disney and Pixar movies. Dude, you do talk about that a lot, and I know you're a movie guy, so I can see that definitely. My wife's ton of hilarious when I'm like, careful, it costs like $50. All right, no chewing. It says my wife has known me for so long and discovered my love for comic books before action figures. Before too long, she was guessing which weekly books I was pulling off the wall on Wednesdays. Oh, nice.
Yeah, very good.
Dead man says lies. Ravens, okay. Amen. Yeah, dude. That's beautiful. Thank you guys for sharing. Again, like it's nice to have that spouse. Me too, Mikey. We should link up after the show or something. No, but like shit, we're getting canceled today. I told you
collecting toys is an addiction.
Oh Lord, please.
I know what addiction looks like.
I really hope the person that almost canceled us before the show started doesn't watch this episode. But like, yeah, dude, like,
you think toy collecting's expensive? You ever suck dick for a toy behind the Walmart parking lot?
Exactly. Boo this man
for a gold label McFarlane. You know what that is? You know what that's like? Oh, what are you asshole? But yeah, dude, like it's nice to have like folks to kind of like, spouses that kind of like, they're okay. Again, we need a little, something to kind of just get away. Most of us are dads, and most of us are just like, we're either at work or we're parents or we're just dealing with all this, real life bullshit that, sometimes we need little things like toys makes us happy. Okay.
Right. I think it's very important in relationships to let your
show that one.
only for a minute.
For a mask Harley, right?
You can't get those at Walmart. Those are the high-end parking lots he's talking about.
Oh my goodness, man.
So
Unworthy. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I just think it's important in relationships to let your partner be themselves too.
Yeah.
You know, like when you guys come together, you're a Megazord. But when you're aside, you should be able to handle and do your own, like, you know, Zord shit, right? Does that make sense?
See, me and my ex-wife were
so you should still not be getting your ass kicked like Goldar if you're not Megazord.
Yeah. You said we were Godzilla and King Kong.
Yeah, we were Godzilla and King Kong. Godzilla versus King Kong. No, much love to her. She's an amazing woman, but I did give her a lot of headaches. Funny story.
They call me Godzilla too because I spit fire and my dick's dragging.
I definitely remember those days when I used to go like shopping and we had like when we went through the back door there was like a basement and I would always leave the basement open because I knew she was in the kitchen cooking when I was arriving from like quote unquote going to pick up like something like toilet tissue, some shit. I was really going out to buy fucking toys. So like when she would like walk away and I knew she was like walking away because she would leave the door open because, you know, it would get smoky like if she was like frying chicken or something. So I would grab the toy and I would toss that motherfucker down the fucking basement so it would land in the bottom. So anytime she would come there, it's like, what's this toy? I was like, oh shit, it must have fell off one of the shelves. But it was a little shit. She's probably watching this like, this mother-fucker was really like doing
there. You never pay attention to me. Why don't you ever pay attention? What was the oh my gosh. What was the have you guys ever like met up in person with a stranger to buy a toy? Or is it usually just been like people you guys know or friends? Or...
it's always a stranger. It's always a creepy fucking old guy.
I was gonna say, so that's my question to you guys, right? Because I have a funny story. But what was the craziest or creepiest story as far as a transaction of a toy?
You really want to know?
Yeah. This is a worthy addiction.
Well, you're right. You're absolutely right. Well, me, it wasn't that kind of toy. Believe it or not, I actually walked in. It wasn't that kind of toy. I walked into I was married for 12 years. You know, me and my lady love to like spice things up. So I don't know if you guys have a VIP where you guys live at. So like, well, there's a store out here called VIP, and it's a very intimate pleasures. If anybody, you get the hint. So I walked in there because I wanted.
I like where this is going.
Yeah, it's going. No, it's going.
Okay.
So I went. True story. No, true story. So it's non-toy. It's different. It's adult toy. So if you're a child watching this, log off, please. So yeah, I was in there buying some stuff because, you know, again, I like to spice up my life, and we were married, and you know, I'm grown, and we should be able to do that because, you know, you don't want to make it, you know, you don't want the spark to go away. You know what I'm saying? So I was in there, and like I was in an aisle, and this older gentleman, he had to be like close to his 50s. So he's in there, and he has like, that's why I always make the KY jokes, because he had like a bottle of KY in his hand, and he was like, oh, and he was like telling me, like, I was looking at some of like the stuff that was like the toys and stuff that were up there. He was like, yeah, these are good, really good for the assholes right here. I like these right here. And like he was like trying to give me tips on what to buy. So the whole time I'm sitting there and I'm like creeped the fuck out because I'm trying to figure out whether he's like trying to help me or he's like trying to lure me into the fucking van and outside or something. I don't know where this was going. But like, yeah, it was weird as shit. Like,
you need a demonstration.
I was waiting for it. I was fucking.
Let me show you how to do this.
I was fucking waiting for it. But yeah, that was my story. That was a weird. I mean, it never happened again because I was in there a couple of times after. It never happened again. But that was just like one time. It was just like. And he was sweating too. Like, it was weird. Like, he was like one of those people that just sweat. It's like, why are you fucking sweating? Like, in the aisle.
Yeah. Why?
It was weird. Being divorced benefits no more.
Well, I was asking about action figures, but that's
well,
that's
well, I mean, hey, this is a worthy addiction. So I'm gonna be very transparent.
Totally.
Well, I have a good one for the action figure thing. Then, well, sort of. They were Funko Pops. They're not really action figures, but my son, my oldest son, he was my grandmother gave him Uncle Pop for Christmas and year of Iron, like the Iron Man big Hulk Buster. And then we were at this store one time, him and I, and he seen a one of the Venomized Funko Pops. So he was he wanted all of them, of course. And I was like, yeah, if I start buying him toys too, like it'll take some of the pressure off of me. Like my wife won't really care. I'll be like, oh, I picked this up for Jack, and I got this for Jack too. And then, I got these other things over here for me, but this is what I got for Jack, So I was trying to find all the Venomized character Funko Pops. And there was this guy from the Facebook marketplace in my town that had the Venomized Ghost Rider and the Venomized Iron Man. And I was like, what do you want for him? He's like, $15. I was like, cool. I don't buy things off Facebook marketplace that often. So I was like, what's the go-to? What do we do here? And he's like, well, do you know where Harbor Freight used to be in Cortland? I was like, yeah, I know, yeah. And he goes, all right, we'll meet there, and just cash. And I was like, all right, cool, yep. And I didn't really dawn on me at that point, but like the part of town that the Harbor Freight used to be in, it was like this kind of big complex that had a bunch of like little shops, and they were all out of business. Like that whole section was getting like torn down. Like nobody was there anymore. And now for work, I drive a big white van. So it's a big white van, maintenance van with all these tools and stuff. So he's like, what are you driving? We'll meet at this parking lot. What are you driving? And I was like, I'm driving a big white Mercedes van.
No windows.
I said, it's got a big orange ladder on the top. And no windows in the back, actually. And he's like, okay, cool. And I go, what are you driving? Because at that point, I still didn't realize that it was the abandoned the complex there. And he's like, you'll know, I'll be the only car. I was like, okay, cool. So I pull in, and there's nobody there. And I'm thinking, maybe he means the new Harbor Freight. And just as I start to pull out, this little fucking Toyota Celica car pulls up, and it's like rotted to shit. And this dude was the creepiest. Like, I felt like I was looking like a creeper driving the big Candyman free hugs inside van. But this guy, he got out, and he's saying, like, he was sweaty, and he was just like all disheveled. And he's like, the first thing he said to me when he jumped out of his car was, "You're a lot older than you look in your picture." And I was like, so do you not really have the Funko Pops? He's like, no, I got them. And then but the whole time, like, I gave him the cash and he gave me the Funko Pops, but he's like, the whole time he's handing them to me, he's like looking around, like he's waiting for the dude from that show, the Catch a Predator.
Yeah.
And it would have been funny if he would have just walked around from the corner from the building. Like, hi, I'm Chris Hansen.
Yeah. Fallen from Hoodcast, he does a great Chris Hansen thing. He's like, you came here for toys, but you actually came for sex.
Right. We have the transcripts. We have the text messages.
Oh man, Unworthy. I was waiting for you to say,
I'm driving a big white van.
I almost got the Hispanic guy at the VIP store. I almost got him, but no, we're gonna try you. Oh man. But as far as toys, I've had run-ins with people with toys, like action figures, but it's never been like we never like really talk. Like we like give each other these like sup. Like I don't know what it is. Like you could tell when somebody's in there to buy toys because they'll have like a superhero shirt or a cap on and like maybe like some Crocs on. Like I don't know. It's always the guys with the Crocs that are buying fucking toys.
I usually run
they
into
look super tired because their kids are making them very fucking tired.
I usually run into like older Spanish dads and they head straight for the Hot Wheels.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I get that a lot. I get that a whole lot.
Or the the moms letting their kid pick out like a Marvel toy or something like that. But for me, the weirdest,
and then they go down the aisle, same aisle as you, and they fucking pick up the exclusives.
Yeah, you're just like, damn it, and you're just
sorry,
you just want to like shoulder
there was a
out of the
lag
way and grab it.
I do too, Josh. Here you go. Here we go.
You guys know the story about Crocs and that movie Idiocracy?
No.
Oh man. Okay.
Tell us about it.
No,
Tell us
There's
about it.
no shade to anyone wearing Crocs because I know they're comfortable.
As I'm taking them off.
But
As I'm pulling them off.
So we know the movie Idiocracy, right? You guys seen it?
No.
The Prisoners. Oh, you haven't seen it? You should watch it.
No.
It is eerily like on point right now.
Okay.
But the prisoners in that movie are wearing orange Crocs when there's a prison scene. So when they were shooting the movie, the costume design manager, I think it was a lady, she was put in charge of finding prison shoes for everyone so they look uniformed. And she had a certain budget, blah, 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 all that stuff. So she went to, I think it was Mike Judge that put that movie together. She went to Mike Judge. She was like, hey, I found a startup company called Crocs that made this shoe. That's like the ugliest shoe. And I definitely don't think anyone would ever wear these in their life. And the movie's called Idiocracy. So like idiots would wear them. Sorry.
Well, they're right. They hit it right. I'm an idiot.
They are. They're right. It's
no shade.
I
said no shade. I said no shade. So, but the funny part about it was that like Mike Judge, if it was Mike Judge, I think it was Mike Judge. He was asking her. He's like, "Hey, are you? We all wear Crocs." He was like, "Are you sure that no one's gonna like this like company is gonna tank?" And she's like, "I'm pretty sure no one's gonna wear these." And so now it's funny because everyone's rocking them, and it's like the new flip flops.
I'm gonna bring this comment back because it was funny as hell. Yes, it was Mike Judge.
Nice,
but he says we all wear Crocs. Fuck crocodile profiling. Fucking Mikey. Hey, well, you know what? They were right.
No.
I'm a fucking idiot, I guess.
No, it's all.
I have all colors.
The last 2 times I got seriously hurt out here in my yard, it was because I was wearing Crocs too. Like I was chasing my kids and I rolled my fucking hip trying to run downhill and stop, and the Croc rolled, and then I fucking popped my hip out of socket like a fucking old man wearing Crocs.
Now here's a question for you guys, and also do you guys, and for the chat too, do you guys, for those who wear Crocs, do you guys buy the little beads, the little gems to put on the
bedazzle?
You know what I'm talking about? The dazzle, yeah. Do you guys buy? I had a couple. I had like one time I had like Mickey Mouse, and like I was trying to find like some of the serial killers, but I couldn't. So I had like Mickey Mouse and like Superman. So I wear Crocs at the hospital because I work at a hospital. So I'm always like, I used to wear them. I wanted to wear them at work, but I'm like, I'm gonna lose these fucking things. And I was like, look fucking stupid, like, just with these shits on.
Well, I think Crocs kind of got its like bougie rep too. Once like Post Malone got involved with it, I think he did like a collab with him, and then like Louis Vuitton and like all these other like designer companies.
Crocs and fucking PBR went way up in stocks. So 88, what was your story for toy meetups?
Oh, right.
Buying toys.
Right. So this was late into the quarantine, so people were like getting antsy, right? And everyone's like, fuck it, we're gonna go to Target. We don't care, blah blah, whatever. So I was on Mercari, eBay, like looking for whatever. At this point, I'm addicted, right? And I was looking for General Grievous. Yeah, forearms. And 80, 120, whatever these fuckers were like trying to resell them for at that point in time. And this dude on Mercari had it up, so I hit him up, and I was just like, and he put in his profile, trades are welcome. I was like, oh cool. So I hit him up. I was like, hey, what are you looking for? I'm looking for this Grievous stuff. And he said, do you have any of the what's the snow troopers on Hoth?
Cocaine troopers?
Yeah, from Hoth. Yeah,
the Hoth troopers. The one that came with like their backpacks and like the swappable faces and everything. I was like, yeah, I got 2. He's like, cool.
And they had the thing so they could lift it up to snort their cocaine rather than have to take the whole helmet off. Yeah.
Magic Gathering cool again. Yep, true. Very true. Mikey. Post Malone's awesome, by the way. So we agreed to this trade. I was like, I got 2 unopened Hoth troopers for your unopened Grievous. When can we do this? Blah blah. He's just like, well, I work graveyard shift, and I restock shelves at Albertsons. Do you guys have Albertsons out there? Grocery store.
No.
He's like, you can meet me up before my shift at 9:00. And I was just like, is there no other way? If you work nights, can't we just meet up during the day? Right. And he was just like, nah, it's just easier because I live like 2 hours away and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, that's a shitty gig. You drive 2 hours.
Yeah, I don't like where this is going.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So I was already just like, sus, right? So I tell my brother, I'm like, yo, I'm going to go meet up with this dude. I got to drive like 25 minutes out to Albertsons, blah, blah. I'm getting this Grievous. He was just like, bring your gun. So immediately he was like,
smart man.
Right.
Smart man.
And I was just like, you know what? You're right. Like, as much as like that would be like you're kind of like inviting negative shit. I was like, dude, people were like hurting each other over toilet paper at this point. Like, like we were in like a kind of end of days type vibe.
Yeah.
Going,
Yeah, absolutely.
Shit. So like, yeah, you know what? I'll bring my gun. And as I was driving there, I was like, I'm really strapped right now to go get a Grievous.
Stay ready. You ain't gotta get ready.
Right. But I mean, I left it in the car, all that stuff. But I parked, and there was only one street light working in the parking lot. So I was like, dude, fuck this, man. And it's like nighttime, so I parked right underneath the street light. And luckily, there was like 10 other cars in the parking lot, so it wasn't super sketch. I was like, okay, hey, I'm here. What kind of car are you guys driving? Blah, blah. As soon as I text that, the car that's like parked in the next section in front of me, headlights. And I was like, yo, what? Yeah, I was like, yo. I was like, did you just flash your headlights at me? Yeah, bro. I was like, why?
Whole nother level
dude,
of fucking buying toys.
Yeah, I was like, why are we doing this, dude? I was like, all right. Came out with a thing. He walked out of the car, had another dude. He was in the passenger seat. Another dude came out from the driver's seat.
He started patting you.
You got that thing on you.
So it's exactly in my head. I was just like, do I need to go back to the car? Like, are these guys fucking serious about Hoth Troopers right now? Like, what? But he was just like, yo, I should. I was like, hey, it's right here. And he was like, all right, cool. Goes to the trunk, grabs it.
Oh man, guns in the trunk. I'd have been running back for the
right. No, dude.
But
it was like I was I was at the right distance. I wasn't like right up next to him. I was at the right, like I was at the front of the car, like about 5 steps sprint to my car, whatever. But then as soon as like, okay, here's the toys. I was like, okay, cool, we're good. So we swap it. We're checking, he starts like sniffing and fucking like looking at it. I was just like, oh, all right, cool. We're quality checking. All right. Yeah. I shake the box, make sure it's like that, whatever, And then I was like, all right, cool, man. So like, do you got an IG, blah, blah, blah. He's like, no. And he got in his car. I was like, oh, damn. Okay. So it was like not even trying to be cool. Right. Yeah. So he goes and they pull out. And then as soon as they leave the car, right? The car right next behind them, because how parking lots are. Okay. The car right behind them instantly turns on as soon as their engine turns on, and then they both drive like conflict.
They were making sure the deal wasn't a setup, but the deal went through smoothly. They wanted to make sure.
So that was like, I was like, dude, I'm not gonna do this shit again. As I
Jesus. You shouldn't feel bad about going for a toy meetup with a gun on you, because like everywhere I go, I got guns within reach everywhere I go. So it's not a big deal.
Yeah. Okay. I think it was just like that. Right.
The rest of the shit was weird. Not you taking a gun. I don't want you to feel like you were weird here. Everything else was weird.
That shit sounded like a fucking the beginning of a John Wick movie. Like you guys,
yeah, man. It was
what the fuck is going on?
So now it's like, okay, only daytime. If they don't want to meet at daytime, like I just don't want to. It was already like, you imagine the fight or flight. You imagine getting raided. Vibes.
You imagine like the cops just like arresting you guys or like
right.
stopping you guys, and they're like searching, and all they find was a bunch of fucking stormtroopers.
Yeah,
like the news shows up and everything. It's like you guys are like on the car
doing,
and they're like stacking up all like the complete series of all like these
I got them Hoth Troopers for free. I paid for those things. I know my rights.
You ever suck dick for Hoth Troopers? But yeah, I mean, as whatever experience that was, like now I have that memory tied to that General Grievous now. Like he's displayed now, like all 4 arms out.
Oh my goodness!
Flashbacks of 2 cars.
Yeah, it's just like it was so weird. Went home. told my brother. He was like, "Well, good thing you had your gun, just in case." I was like,
yeah, except for it was in your car.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Jeez,
Oh,
they
man.
they make nice little paddle holsters to slide right in the front.
Right.
So you can't see it. That's what you
There's
got to invest in.
Right. So, I mean, I never planned on owning a gun until like I saw the crazy shit go on during COVID.
Oh yeah, you got it.
So I was just like, I think it might be safe, right? I didn't even tell my parents. Like, my dad has guns, but like he told me and my brothers like, nope, don't do it. I have guns, blah blah. I was like, well, you live in Washington, dude. I'm in Cali. Like, I need a gun. Yeah.
I didn't own a gun until I was like 13.
Right.
13. Now I've got like, I can't even tell you how many I've got.
Nice, man. That's another collection. That's another addiction, right?
It is. That's a lot more expensive. That's why I don't buy Mezcos and fucking Hot Toys.
But guns, well, I'll tell you right now, I own one, but mine does not take life away. It creates life.
19 times it does.
19 times. And it was like,
25 allegedly, 19 for sure.
Unlimited ammo.
Unlimited ammo. And I'm still fertile, baby.
I just need like 10 minutes to reload the clip. No, but so it was like, because like beginning of COVID is when I got the gun. So naturally, I'm like super safe with it, right? Like, the clips are in a case, the gun itself is locked in another case, blah blah blah. And it wasn't until like now, it wasn't even like now. What is that? Like 2-3 years later, that I'm just like, all right, cool. Clip is loaded. It's chilling by the bed. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it took a while to get to that point. So me like driving
do that thing again. You just
one more time. One more time.
One more time. That got hot. I was like, wow.
Slap it in. Slap that clip in.
Slap
Boom.
That. Baby. You guys fucking. Oh my goodness, man. But dude, like that's some funny fucking shit. Like I've seen wild shit with like toys, but like the way you like describe that whole like day, that whole thing, it's like the car. Like I could only imagine. Like I could just picture like somebody sitting in their car, like maybe a security guard just watching you guys, and it's like. So did they see the toy spot? It's like, what the fuck are these guys?
Yeah, what the fuck is happening right now? Right.
And they just started patting you and making sure you weren't wired or anything.
It would have been funnier if like you got back in your car, the two cars took off, and then like the drone like lifted up, the FBI agent's like throwing his hat on the ground. Damn it, I thought we had him.
Right. Oh man. Oh, Ozzy. Listen, Ozzy, dude, like I love and again, this is why I love, and I go back. This is why I so happy that we were able to like make a show like this where we get to just get to know you and like the stuff that you do and like just like little simple things like conversations like this, right? Like just getting to know the person you are, right? And all the stuff that you do in the community and all the stuff that you do as far as like the music and all that stuff. So, dude, like. I feel like I know you now. I feel like you're a part of me now.
Like the way
you're right. Sounds. That sounded a little I don't know. Just don't report me to anyone. I sound like that old guy from VIP that was standing next to me.
Well, since
the sweat.
Go ahead. The sweaty.
No, go ahead. No more sweat.
Continue with the sweaty.
No more sweaty. I promise.
I was gonna say, since we're getting to know everybody. I promised this in the description of the video, and I'm not going to put it off any longer. I've got a public apology that I need to issue to everybody.
Okay.
Well, not everybody. There's, two people in general.
Okay.
And I prepared a statement. My people, the people from my camp, they decided that I should go ahead and take a second and write a speech for this. So.
Okay.
If you guys don't mind, if I take the floor and issue this apology.
Yeah.
Full screen him. Full screen him. We need a.
Let's full screen you. Let's see. How do we do this?
We need this.
Not this guy.
Hold on.
You should do this when I wear the yoga pants. Screen me like that, so I can walk around.
I don't know how to do that. Oh, Jesus, I'm really not doing it right. All right, well, this is good enough.
There you go. We're going to leave it there. We're learning, guys. We're learning. Go ahead.
Actually, hold on a second.
There you go.
All right.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen of the toy community, it's with a heavy heart that I sit here to speak to you. On a recent edition of A Worthy Addiction, my behavior was completely unacceptable and morally reprehensible. The utter disregard and disrespect that I displayed to some beloved members of this community, it's really been weighing heavily on my heart tonight. And I'm not going to make any excuses about this. I'm not going to say that I didn't think there'd be consequences. I'm not going to say that I thought it was not a big deal. And I'm not going to say that it's Danny's fault because he wasn't even here on the last episode. So I'm just going to take a second here to apologize. Unboxing Art, you're a hella cool dude. I really like you. Cox Create, you have one of the best beards in the toy community. And I am deeply and sincerely sorry for the fact that I had a blonde moment and I could not remember the name of your guys' show. And I kept calling it Unboxing Art. It's not called Unboxing Art. I'm really, really sorry that while I was promoting it, I did not put the right name in there. And I am mostly and most sincerely, with all of my heart, the most sincerely sorry that I still did not go take a second to write down what your show is actually called. And I'm hoping that one day that I can walk back into the room in our toy community and not have to hang my head low in this sort of shame. And, you know, with that being said, you know, either forgive me or don't. I don't give a fuck. I already made it a bigger deal than I needed to. I do know what your show is called. It's called State of the Art. And I remembered it as soon as I shut the live stream off last week. I was like, it's called fucking Straight of the Art. And I could not get my fucking brain to say that. So bring that back up here.
Oh, there you go.
His channel is Unboxing Art, but the show is called State of the Art. It's every Wednesdays with Cox Create and Unboxing Art. So there's my public apology.
It was beautiful, man.
Beautiful. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Like
I meant every word of it.
I felt that. I felt that. Yeah, I really did.
I felt it through the screen. It was great. It was great. I will say,
my rep did not approve of the last part. I kind of ad-libbed that last part. You know, forgive me or don't.
Yeah,
the rest, my rep wrote the rest of that for me.
Yeah, they're still getting paid, so it's all good.
Yeah.
I will say I am sorry for the toy guide that I put out. That if I missed anyone's show, or if I put you on the wrong day, so forgive me.
You know what?
Listen, you
forgive him or don't. You leave 88 alone, or I'll kick your ass too. Whatever it is.
We got guns, dude. We got guns.
Stay strapped. Keep them things on me.
Oh man. So 88. You know, again, dude, thank you so much for like coming on, dude. And again, it was nice to get to know you and you coming on, just chopping it up with us. Is there anything you would like to plug as far as like anything? Just plug away.
Plug it all in.
We'll just keep it short and simple. Just to keep it short and simple, just follow on the IG 88 Figs. The link in my bio points you to everything that I'm doing. So I don't want to like list out everything that was talked about in the hour and 30 minutes.
Yes.
All the links are in my
and there's
IG
the YouTube
profile.
Yeah,
that is the YouTube that we started.
Yep. So please go hit him up. Go give him a follow. Go give my boy 88 Figs a follow, man. He's a very talented guy. He's an awesome guy. Awesome, phenomenal dude. And yeah, he's I'm very proud dad. I'm a very, very proud dad.
Oh yeah.
So
how about you, Danny? Why don't you tell us about a show that we can watch on Monday nights?
Well, if you love this handsome face and you would like to see more of this beautiful guy here, you could catch me on Mondays on Toy Talk, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
Nice.
Alongside Cox Crate, No Chewing, and Toy Father. And we've taken a break from having guests on because we kind of wanted to come back and bring back the core of what Toy Talk was about, talking toys, toy news, and just like what we do now, just a couple guys just shooting the shit, having a good time. But we are going to have Mr. Wu on. Forgive me, because I'm probably going to write another apology fucking letter the next time, Mr. Wu on. So very excited about that. He's going to be a big guest. So we're excited. I believe this is going to be in this month, sometime this month. And if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But yeah, Toy Talk every Monday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time on YouTube. Come check us out. All right.
And on the flip side of that, on Sunday nights, on the opposite end of the week, there's a couple shows that you can check out on YouTube. And one of those is none other than the Lazy Boys. You can check them out on YouTube. That's their, I think it's 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. I don't really know what the rest of the time is for the rest of you guys on the other end of the coast, and I didn't do my research for that. That's another apology for next week. But another show that you can catch on Sundays is Yimbo Reviews Everything. So be sure to go over to YouTube and check those two channels out as well.
Yes. What else we got for plugs? Was that it?
Nope. There's also there's another show on Wednesdays that we can watch too.
Of course, the Pig Bar. Pig Bar every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, hosted by Blitz Figs, Green Geek 88, AB Photos, and Thor 2012. Go check those guys out. They're awesome. They do a lot of great features, but also too, they have guest hosts. Me and Unworthy, along with Clintastic and AB, we've been guests. The Rowdy Boys have
started that shit.
We started that shit. So we've had the privilege of hosting the Pig Bar many times. So go check those guys out.
We didn't start the Pig Bar.
We didn't start the Pig Bar.
We didn't start the Pig Bar. We started the takeover.
The takeover. So yeah. So go hit those boys up. Go shoot them a follow. Subscribe to their channel. They're really awesome. Again, a real laid back show that just shows appreciation to new and old toy photographers. They reach out, they reach a lot of great accounts, and they showcase a lot of great people. And again, if you're interested in hosting the Pig Bar, reach out to one of those guys. Find yourself a group of buddies and go show some love and appreciation to some folks.
Make sure your camera's set about this height so you ain't gotta wear pants. Keep your socks on though, your tootsies will get cold. And also on Wednesday nights over on YouTube, there is TPC Top 10, hosted by the Toy Daddies, No Chewing, Toy Father, and Yimbo. Also, they get a great secret hashtag for the week to use for toy pick features, and they also do like the giveaway deal with features. You comment kind of like we do with the giveaways. Sorry, there was no giveaway this week. There was, and then I just completely missed the mark, and it's too late for it. So, and also head over.
All the apologies, man.
Head over to wherever you find podcasts. Head over there right now. Download the Hoodcast AF podcast. They got a lot of good stuff on, and then go to their Patreon. It's only $3 a month. You can't even buy a Starbucks coffee for that. So they got some great episodes of High Def AF with the pot dog, and they got Bitchin' with Bingo, Bingo movie reviews, Unworthy AF episodes are on there, and Tex AF. Go check that all out.
Yes, sir.
I think that does do it for the plugs. We've been trying to keep it concise because if we plugged everybody, we'd be here for another 2 hours.
That's the whole show. That's the whole
right. I tell you, we should just have like a whole little screen just going. Yeah, just one of those.
Right.
Me and Dan smoking, just reading off everything that we can.
All right. Well, Ozzy, dude, again, thank you so much for coming on, dude. You're awesome. It was such a pleasure to have you on. And again, for everybody in the chat, if you're not following 88 Figs, shame on you. You should be following this man. This man is talented.
Shame.
He is awesome.
Shame.
Awesome. If you don't love him, you don't love me. Or Unworthy.
Now let that sink in.
Damn.
Let that sink in.
No apologies. No apologies.
No apologies. No.
Oh yeah, dude, and Dead Man just brings up something too. That was the other one that I forgot to get the thing on here for the overlay.
Of course.
I was on the Skeleton's Tomb last night for with
Awesome
Skelly
show, too.
for his 40th episode, and Dead Man Juan put me on the spot, and he said, "What's the next Toymerks collab?" And it's going to be, I don't know what the hashtag's going to be, but it's going to be odd weapons. So anything that might not be. I want, and I said this example specifically. I want to see somebody beating someone to death with that sexy leg lamp from the Christmas Story action figure. Like anything that wouldn't be a normal weapon, I want to see the odd weapons, vacuum cleaners, liquor bottle. Well, yeah, no liquor bottles account. Anything. That's the Toymerks weekly collab next week.
Hashtag no pants.
Or have somebody beating somebody to death with a pair of pants.
There you go. That's a good one.
There you go.
All right. Yeah. So with that said, we always like to close out our show with a quote of the day. So I actually have a quote of the day for you guys, if you don't mind me sharing. So
I'd love
the quote
it if you shared it.
All right. So here it is. The quote of the day is, "I am sick of following my dreams. Man, I'm just going to ask where they're going and hook up with them later." And with that being said,
good night, beautiful.
Thank you for tuning in.
Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button
Click that notification bell
for more content.